guys, just giving you guys a final update about Mr. Jack's time. We've been for about a week in Cali, like 4 days, 5 days in Cali, and then now we've been so far I think here 3 days in Medellin.
Where you have fallen in love with the city.
Oh my God, this place is a little bit better than heaven. Like it's fucking stallion-esque here. This is really, really, really a good place to be. I love Cartagena, but the only thing that I don't love about Cartagena is it's fairly small, the downtown core. So your fishing grounds are somewhat small. Incredible women from everywhere. But here, it's huge and it's fucking delicious. This is Jack's stomping ground. So I'm very, very grateful to be getting shown around.
My pleasure.
Fucking love it here. So we thought we'd give you guys a little bit of an update on Jack's experience, some of Jack's reflections, some of the things Jack's learned. Let's just kind of see where it goes from there. You got it.
Cool. Okay, so it's been about 9-10 days in total. I probably, in being realistic, I've restarted doing day game in March in Rio, and since that time we're now in near the beginning of June, so I've been probably doing it consistently for 2 months. That's the longest period I've ever done it for, and it's consistency and the support of having a coach on a couple of occasions has really helped me to kind of build some great consistency. I think technically on the approach, and then certainly when it comes to the date as well, to dating and escalation, it's been great to both see Clint in action. The day when he was in ghost mode on God mode on Sunday have been very, very interesting. But I think like the biggest thing for me is I like to intellectualize, and one of the things that I've learned is that actually I need to give my playful side of my personality more time and more space to allow itself to come out, because when I do, I am not in my head. When I do, I don't have any issues approaching. When I do, I can feel 100% comfortable on a day and do all the things that I've been reading about for about 10 years that actually get you success. So both from a coaching point of view, it's been great because Clint, I've described it to another guy in the group today, he's got a frame that's made out of cast iron. And that's interesting for me too, because what I've also learned is that for the majority of my life I've had a very passive frame, which means that we don't take advantage of opportunities, and we're not necessarily in control of what we want to do, right? So it's been brilliant learning. And then I think we've probably done about 60 or 70 approaches over the period, both on my own, which was a big aim for me. Lots of different types of groups, mixed groups, couples, large groups, only female groups.
Which was something that you really wanted to zero in on, was to broaden your experience from just one-on-one to getting into all different types of sets.
Yeah, cool. And it's just like, it's not even about really getting laid, really. It's about kind of just making yourself feel comfortable with the fact that you can make somebody's day. Like this morning, before I came to meet Clint, had a Spanish class, and it's kind of dead at about 11 o'clock in the morning where I live, but saw two women, both had really nice earrings, so I just walked up to them and said, I really like your earrings, and that was all I needed to say, and both of them were kind of like, oh, thank you, that's really nice. And just kind of integrating that into my life also will enable me to not just be like an intellectualized robot, which is a danger. And also I can be a bit of an introvert as well, so not doing that also can cause that kind of going into my head.
We were talking about this right before we started the video, that I think for many men that retreating into that logical, robotic place, rational place, is really a defense mechanism against perhaps the uncertainty of when you're interacting dynamically with women. You know, things things doing day game things are very dynamic, and you go, the conversation can go in any direction. She might say this, that, whatever, and training yourself to be able to pivot on point and be present in the moment and just go with it and still guide where things go, but not be focus on scripts and routines and that kind of bullshit. I think that's why it's so toxic when you get stuck in your head, because a woman, number one, can't connect with you, and number two, you're not present. So all the faculties that you need to be able to handle that interaction and to be able to think on your feet and make a joke about it and all these types of things, you can't access any of them when you're stuck in your head giving your numbers and logic and ratios. So I highly recommend get into Playful Zone. So you had said yesterday you had a bit of an insight into when you go out and you're not really feeling it and you're stuck in your head, something that you've kind of discovered is a good way to get your head out of your ass, basically.
Yeah, I've done it twice now, and I want to do it. I'm going to do it more often if I do feel like this. And I think it'll be particularly good for people that if you're working in a quite stressful job, like if you can find ways of just clicking yourself out of that intellectual mind. So what I've discovered is a couple of times when there is a large group and I'm feeling like really shit, just go and do it. And the two times that I've done it, I've had success. And it just kind of helps to reinforce all the value that I do have. Because again, I think one of the interesting points, and again this was on the WhatsApp group yesterday, when I'm in logical mode, when I'm in intellectual mode, I kind of associate that part of my personality with not actually valuing myself, because my brain's just like going round and round and round and round and round and round and round, thinking of all the reasons not to do it. And I've just found that it's just like a Kickstarter that just goes bam. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling playful. I'm feeling creative. I'm feeling good about myself. And kind of logic is in the past.
I'm gonna say I think probably a really quick, easy thing to put in your mind as a way to snap yourself out of that when you're in. That's not even masculine. That's just beta brain mode. When you're in that intellectual state, you snap yourself out of it by saying fuck you to yourself and then just jump in. That's like, this is all action. When you're in analytical thinking, planning, blah 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 mode, you're actually just delaying yourself from jumping in. So my advice, and I think it's the same as what you're saying, you walk by, you recognize that this woman highly deserves a compliment for the effort that she's put into what she's wearing or her hair or whatever it is that does it for you. Just fucking do it. You're not doing it to get laid. You're doing it to snap out of your brain, and you're doing it to try and make her day go up a little bit. So you just throw yourself in the deep end. When you get there, if you fuck everything up, it doesn't matter. You go there, she laughs at you, all of them laugh at you, but you snap out of that analytical mode and you're present. Well, guess what? You've got like the next few hours or the rest of the day or whatever to interact with other women, and it's going to go better and better. I think that's always the way to look at it, is that you're not doing things to try and get laid. You're doing things because it's what a masculine man does, and it's how you train yourself to become more masculine. That should always be the goal of daygame. You're always training yourself to increase your masculinity. Your masculinity goes up, your value as a man in the dating pool goes up. It's as simple as that. That's what attracts women to you. So you use dating game to do that. Sometimes there's the side benefit of all different crazy, incredible stories that happen and experiences that you'll have. And of course, sex is part of that, and it's great. But if you use that as your driving factor, you really are at the very beginning bunny hill.
We had an example of that yesterday when Clint asked me to approach a woman and two guys, and just to compliment the group on looking cool, and also compliment the woman as well on looking great, and that happened. They just erupted into laughter.
It was hilarious to watch. It was hilarious to watch.
And it's just kind of like...
And you even did a shitty stop on it. Like, it was kind of a passive side stop. You weren't fully feeling it. You did run there immediately, which was awesome, from across the street. You kind of did like a bit of a side stop, and I thought they were just going to blow past you, and then all of a sudden I saw them started laughing when you started saying it.
So, if you're positive and your intent is positive, and you were trying to learn with every interaction that you have, and do it in a playful way, there shouldn't be a negative outcome.
Totally, and it should be fun. Like, you know, maybe at first, okay, it's a little bit scary and stuff like that. But guys, you got to get over thinking that this is this big, horrible, terrible. Oh my God, I got to go put in my hours and my approaches. Like, fuck, this is a blast, man. You get to take part in something that very few people do. It's a little tricky at first. I get that. I'm empathizing with you, but get over that hump, because you think it's negative, and then you're going to frame it that way. Seriously, I can't think of a more delicious way to spend the day than interacting with a whole bunch of beautiful feminine women, making them feel better about themselves, collecting numbers, going on dates, spending time interacting, and probably having it go somewhere amazing. I can't even think of a better way to spend time with that. And a funny thing about the story that you were just sharing about the 3 that you stopped, we walked around the corner. This was just on the street. We walked about 2 minutes around the corner, and this guy comes running up. He's like, hey, you guys speak English? And so I turn around. I'm about to give him my fuck off, I'm not interested in your hustling face. And then he's like, yeah, I just saw you approach the group of 3. You did a really crazy, you're doing day game on them. And we're like, what? And he's like, yeah, I'm down here doing day game from New York. So we ended up hanging out with him all day. But it was like super, super, super funny. It was really cool. So crazy shit like that happens. You never know where things go, right?
Yeah.
But so good on you for doing that. So I'm going to give you a little tiny bit of praise. One, I saw you kill right away your delay, which is great, and I didn't see it come back. Like you slugged that sucker, and then it was just gone. So now, pretty much, you see somebody, you go. I say, hey, look at her. Oh, I didn't see her, and then you go. Like which is what it should be for you guys. 0 seconds. There's no 5-second look at her twice, see if she looks at you back, indicators of no. You see, you act. That's it. Simple. Then you're doing great at that. The whole time that I've been with you, you haven't denied going to a single group that I can think of. Maybe one because you said that you weren't that attracted to her and you couldn't think of a compliment. That was one in a mall, I remember. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's fair. But aside from that one, every single thing, and I've thrown you, I literally threw you out of the cab. Thankfully, it was stopped. I kicked you out of the cab to go hit on a chick with her mom and her sister and her aunt on the side of the street. And then, I've tried to throw you into like couples, families, big groups, seated groups, male, female, everything I saw that I was like, okay. And yesterday, you hit up this fucking fitness model that sent you this crazy sexy video. And he hit her up with her, what was it, her mom or her grandma?
Mom and her niece.
Her mom and her niece. So the 3 of them are walking by. It looked like it was her daughter. And like total intergenerational thing. And you owned it like a boss, and now are going out with her tomorrow? Yeah. With a fucking really sweet looking fitness model. So total good job. Seriously, I think, very well done. Very impressed. So if you guys aren't on the WhatsApp group, TUS WhatsApp group, go ahead and click the link below. We'll get you added. As well, we're trying to there's been a lot of requests for one-on-one coaching, which doesn't always work in the same city. A lot of people can't travel quite that easily. So TUS does one-on-one WhatsApp. I've got a number of one-on-one WhatsApp slots that I'm doing. There's, I think, 2 or 3 that are available, or 1 or 2 that are available right now. That's just on a month-to-month basis. So you can keep in touch with TUS website. Keep looking on that. It'll have updates. Hit me up directly if you're interested, or him. And then as well, we've got some boot camps coming up. I think we're going to have a couple in Western Canada in July. I think there's going to be a couple in San Diego in September. Tusk has his going, I don't know where he is across the summer. I'm thinking Europe, but I don't know. And then we're going to have a few really exciting and interesting ones going on toward the end of the year, probably back in Colombia. And I think for New Year's, Christmas, and early January we'll be in Colombia as well. So a lot of delicious stuff going. So keep yourself up to date and reach out with all the questions you got. Any other ideas that you have for videos that you're really curious about, we'll get some stuff done. So good knowing you, Jet.
Thank you.